Anyway, look, man, we got some more stuff coming up. We actually got a voicemail from someone. He left us a voicemail. He's seen some stuff about the Stephen A. and LeBron thing. I know this is way overdue, but he must have caught it at the end or something because he had a lot to say about it. I didn't listen to the whole thing. I just seen it was a longer voicemail. So I was like, all right, let's see what he got to do. So I'm going to play the voicemail. Here we go. And then, we'll hear him out. Let's see what he's talking about here. I got it, man. Let's pull this up real quick because, man, I was shocked. I seen some things about it, and I'm like, all right, you talking about LeBron on here? Like, damn, what LeBron do? And I go look at some of the transcript, and I'm like, okay, this is all right. So here we go, man. Let's go ahead and play it. Let's see what he's talking about here on the voicemail. Let's do it.
My name's Andre Hicks.
What's good, Andre?
I'm in California. From Compton. And this is concerning the Stephen A. On LeBron. And not just because I'm from California, I'm from the LA area.
Okay.
This is Stephen A. basically, old shoe shining ass, ain't got no hair on his head.
Damn.
Won't listen to LTD. I think I better let it go. Teddy Pendergrass. Won't let it go. I mean, between him and that other coon on the radio, TV show,
damn,
on the Fox show, the big fat boy who ain't did nothing but play with himself when he was playing football. He stayed on the ground more than anything else.
Talk about Spears?
I can't think of his name.
Spears.
This is what gets me, is that why do you always find humor? Even the other day, I can't think of the Big Woody, offensive lineman, was on his show, and he said, man, hold up. We're going to front him off on national TV. Where is your blazer and your tie? On national TV. But he was on, prior to Stephen A. show, he was on, oh my God, what's the show that comes on before? Get Up. Ain't nobody said nothing about his dress attire. But he going to front Woody off, man. Man, I wish I could say something to Stephen A.'s face straight up. I'd tell him about himself. He's a stove-bought. I'm not going to call him Uncle Tom because Uncle Tom really stood up for black people. I'm going to call him a straight tap-dancing Negro.
Ooh.
That's a tap-dancing Negro.
Damn, dog.
I'm going to tell you that. They're always saying he hard from New York. He ain't hard. Let him walk from El Segundo down Wilmington Avenue to Rosecrans in Compton, Front Hood District. Straight Front Hood. I bet you he won't make it from one end to the other. Bring your entourage with you. You won't make it, partner. Thank you.
Damn. All right, go off, man. Go crazy then, bro. This is what this is about. Get your takes off. If you got something on your chest, I'll let everybody hear it, man. I want to hear what y'all thinking. I want to hear what the sports world is thinking. So I will play whatever you send as long as it makes sense. So get your flows off, bro. Andre, I ain't mad at you, bro. A lot of people feel that way about Stephen A. Personally, I can't necessarily say I agree. There's some things in there, some points you made where, it is probably debatable, but at the end of the day, bro, that's your take on that, and I respect it, bro. So shout out to you for, shooting us a call and getting your flows off about Stephen A. But I ain't gonna lie, bro, a lot of people ain't making that walk either. I know you mentioned Stephen A. ain't making that walk, but a lot of other people ain't making that walk either. And I don't necessarily know if it has anything to do with, if a person is tough or not, because that sounds like a long ass walk too, though, bro. like I'm not from the area, so I don't necessarily know. And correct me if I'm wrong. I might, it might be a long walk, it might not be, but it just sounds like a long ass walk. Sound like some Paul Pierce type stuff, And I don't know the area, so I don't know. But sometimes, when you go to dangerous places and you mind your own business, you straight. So I don't know if Stephen A. would be doing that. Obviously, he probably wouldn't be yapping off at the mouth if he, was out there and talking to people, but he probably would be cool. But I just don't know, man. That's your flow. Hey, I respect how you feel on that situation. I respect how you feel about Stephen A. Again, a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel different. But, hey, get your flows off. I respect that you went ahead, left a quick take on there. Anybody who's listening, get your flows off. Shoot us a quick take, 219-413-9405. We'll play your take back on our next episode, for sure. And we'll let everybody hear it. If they want to comment on it, go ahead, do it. I'll comment on it. But we'll get your flows off for sure. So go ahead and send us a call. And, of course, we'll play it. Other than that, man, we got some news for the run coming up, some news that you got to hear. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. It's halftime. All right, man, so let's jump into some news for the run. Let's get into it. Of course, man, leave us a quick take, 219-413-9405 if you want to comment on anything or just go ahead and get your flows off and let us know what's happening. So anyway, let's start off with the NBA. Obviously, as you know, the playoffs are here and a lot of teams is getting eliminated left and right. So in the Eastern Conference, you got the Indiana Pacers. They have it was almost a sweep. Almost a sweep. I was calling for a sweep at one point, but they beat the Cavs 4-1 in the semifinals, and now the Pacers are waiting for either the Knicks or the Celtics to show up in the conference finals. And then in the Western Conference, we have an arrival to the conference finals there. The Minnesota Timberwolves popped the Warriors 4-1, got them sent home. And now they're waiting on either the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Denver Nuggets to meet them in the conference finals. And the conference finals, it looks like so far it's set to begin on May 21st for the Eastern Conference Finals. Don't really have the date for the Western Conference Finals as of yet, just because this series is a little more intense. So very much might go to 7, but who knows? As of right now, too, the East and the West, you got both teams who are fighting to get to the conference finals. Knicks, Celtics, Thunder, Nuggets, both are 3-2. So it very much still can go to game 7 for both teams. So you really never know. However, let's move on, because in the NFL, you got some stuff going on. So you got to check out the schedule release that's been going on in the NFL for your favorite team. A lot of teams been dropping videos, a lot of teams dropping graphics and all kind of stuff to show who the teams are playing. So you want to be updated on who your team is. And I think tickets are now on sale. I know I'm trying to go to some Falcons game. So, use the promo code too to run podcast and save yourself $20 if you are buying tickets. It's for first time purchases only, so you might have to make a new account and all of that. However, with the schedule release in the NFL, the Eagles are the first team in NFL history to have 10 plus games against playoff teams from the previous season. So that tells you they got an extremely difficult schedule going on. I know the Lions also have an extremely difficult schedule. There's a couple of teams out here with some elite schedules. So the way the NFL cooked this up, I'm excited for it. However, the first game of the season that's going to kick off the NFL season is between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. And I usually would never, ever side with the Eagles or the Cowboys. But in this instance, unfortunately, I'm going with the Cowboys. I hope they kind of knock some sense into the Eagles and into the fans, just knock them off the high horse just a little. And yes, I'm hating. Shit, I'll admit it. I'm hating on the Eagles. At this point, yes, I'm hating on the Eagles. I'm not hating on Jalen Hurts. Great quarterback, not top 5, but that conversation will be revisiting that multiple times out the season, and I'll stand on that no matter what. But I think I'm turning into the biggest hater of the Eagles right now. Kind of how I was with the Cowboys and how I am with the Cowboys. But it's really the whole NFC East. I don't know what it is. I'm going to get back to the news in a sec, but I don't know what it is about the NFC East that's just so damn annoying. Whether it's Cowboys fans, Eagles fans, Commanders fans, I can live with because they've been bad for so long. But Giants fans even is just like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about the NFC East. But Cowboys, Eagles fans is beginning to act more like Cowboys fans. Cowboys fans has just always been whatever. So I don't know, man. Week 1, though, that's going to be hype between Cowboys and Eagles. So I'm excited about that. Anyway, some other news that's going on in the NFL. Cornerback Jalen Ramsey still has a big question mark on where he'll be playing next season after being mentioned in multiple trade talks. So multiple reports say that he has interest from multiple teams, and we can expect a trade to happen in the upcoming weeks. So I'm excited to see where Ramsey ends up. Also, too, Bengals DN Hendrickson, he is dropping a hint on where he wants to be traded. So in a Sports Illustrated article, he mentioned the Lions. And he said Detroit already has one of the game's best young players at the position in Aiden Hutchinson. And the proposition of adding another would give them one of the league's best pass rush duos. I 1000% agree with him. And for the Lions' sake, that would be nasty. That would be a good pickup if they did pick up Henderson. And that would be disgusting. Especially with Hutch coming back. Oh, man, that would be disgusting. And they got a healthy defense now. Disgusting. Disgusting if Hendrickson goes there, man. Whew.